the Anime Award goes to Solo Leveling.
Solo Leveling.
Solo.
And the Anime Award goes to Solo Leveling.
Solo Leveling.
I had to cut a bill off. Yeah.
So if you missed the Anime Awards, I know I did, because I forgot about time zones. Yeah, gonna have to note that down for next year so I can watch it live instead of just skipping to each award. But anyway, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards just happened and Solo Leveling swept the awards. I voted myself and I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. I thought Frieren would be winning a lot of the awards, or maybe Dandadan, but no, I couldn't be more wrong. I'm absolutely shocked how much Season 1 won in the Anime Awards, but definitely the biggest upset has to be Solo Leveling winning Anime of the Year. Now when I heard Solo Leveling won Anime of the Year over Frieren, I was like,
Oh no, this can't be.
I mean, I love Aura farming Sung Jin Woo as much as the next guy, but over Frieren is crazy. Now for context, I love both of these series for different reasons. I love Frieren because it is one of the most unique takes on the fantasy genre that I have seen in anime. It being just a fantasy anime is already a rarity because I would say a good 90% of anime that have to do with the fantasy world are usually some form of isekai, which I stopped watching long ago because it felt repetitive and stale to me. But Frieren reminded me why I love fantasy anime, and it showed me what else can be done in the fantasy genre. Frieren follows the story of an elf girl who outlives her party long after defeating the Demon King. Frieren being an elf and elves having much longer lifespans than humans allows for her to live longer, so oftentimes she doesn't see the importance of time in the present moment. For her, 20 years only feels like a blip of her existence, but for her friends it is almost 1/3 of their lifetime. Once her party members die, however, she has to come to terms with her emotions, and she tries to understand why she felt so attached to them despite for her feeling like such a small amount of time. This is what I find so beautiful about this anime. It really explores the passage of time and how it affects a basically immortal being like Frieren. There's also the aspect of the show having lovable characters, including her pupils Fern and Stark, who also have their own fascinating stories that end up intertwining with Frieren's. The action scenes in the show are also incredible despite the majority of the show being devoid of action. The show just flows in a way that I've never seen in an anime before, overall making it such a special anime. Then you got Solo Leveling, which is a fun power fantasy show, but that's about it. Like, yes, I love Sung Jin Woo, and the fights in this anime are awesome, but that's all it really has going for it. The story isn't anything that hasn't been seen before, so this beating Frieren in the best anime of the year category just feels insane to me. I think recency bias came into play for many voters this anime award season, and I feel it's the reason that Solo Leveling cleaned up this season. It's the fact that Solo Leveling Season 2 just finished airing only like a month ago. Now I can't speak for Season 2 since I'm not caught up yet, but I've heard that Season 2 is much better than Season 1, and I feel that many people who were voting in the anime awards voted Solo Leveling more out of recency bias than by which anime was the best overall anime of last year. Like, I would like to say that this was a popularity contest, but I don't think that was the case. I'm not sure about you, but I remember that Frieren was really popular while it was airing. There were so many memes and fan art, and I cannot express enough a ton of fan art that came from the show. It also being the highest rated on MAL over classics like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Steins Gate, and even Attack on Titan should be a testament of its popularity. So I think that this is mostly a recency bias thing, but there are some awards it won that I agree with. Like Best Action Anime and Best Main Character makes sense because much as I love Frieren, I don't think she can compete with the Aura farm that's Sung Jin Woo, so I'm fine with that. I feel that this result does point to a deeper problem that I have with the anime awards, and that is the anime awards going by viewer votes instead of votes from actual critics. A similar situation happened like this with the previous anime awards with Demon Slayer winning everything, and even with a category I don't think it even should have been in which it won for Best Fantasy Anime. It feels like a joke almost saying that because I don't even see Demon Slayer as a fantasy anime. It just goes to show that a lot of anime fans are not voting with what anime should actually win said category, but instead they're voting what anime is their favorite. This is why many people don't take the anime award seriously, and I think it's what keeps the anime award from being an actual respected event. I feel that the Game Awards does a better job of this because it does basically everything the Anime Awards does, but has the difference of having the majority of the power going to a gaming jury and not the fans. The fans can vote, but their vote only has 10% of the decision-making power, which I think is much better, and it gives a chance for games that didn't have many eyes on it that year to have the chance of getting the spotlight and winning a couple of the awards. It also stops problems like having one game sweep the entire awards show, or one game winning over another because of recency bias instead of the game actually being technically better or more creative than the other. The Oscars also doesn't allow the fans to vote, but their vote is decided entirely by a jury of movie critics. But I'm not sure how effective this is, since many of these said movie critics claim to not watch all the films that are being nominated because, I don't know. Like, I couldn't imagine my entire job only one time of the year is to watch maybe 7 or 8 films and maybe a few short films and only have to vote on one, which was better, and still being too lazy to do that. It makes sense why many people don't like the Oscars either. I feel that the Anime Awards needs a system like the Game Awards. They need a jury of industry professionals, whether that be animators, voice actors, producers, or directors that are active in the anime industry, to vote on these categories. They can still allow the fans to vote, but I feel that the fans need much less power than when it comes to voting in the awards show. While the Anime Awards wasn't all bad, there's some results that I am genuinely happy about. Like Creepy Nuts won 2 categories, Best Anime Song and Best Opening Sequence with the Dawn Denial opening. Creepy Nuts had a generational run last year when it came to their songs. They made not just 1, but 2 hits in the same year, which is pretty impressive. Too Many Losing Heroines won Best Slice of Life, which is a massive W. I love this anime when it was airing, and I thought it had a very unique take on the slice of life genre, with having all main characters being the characters that would stereotypically lose in a romance anime. It was also kind of refreshing not having the main male protagonist not having a love interest in this series. He's just a chill dude just trying to help his friends get what they want, and it was unironically pretty fun to watch because of that. Blue Box won Best Romance Anime, which I think is also valid. It was a cool mix between the sports anime and a romance anime, which made for a fun watch. I'm still not over what happened toward the end of the anime though. I don't want to spoil, but if you know, you know. Also, Demon Slayer winning Best Animation is, well, I don't know how to feel about this one. I mean, Demon Slayer by no means has bad animation. I raved about Demon Slayer's animation before, and I still will, but Season 3 of Demon Slayer for me anyway felt pretty boring until the last episode. There were no wow moments for me animation-wise or story-wise until the last episode of the anime, which I feel will lead to an incredible arc, the Infinity Castle, which I'm excited about. They probably won this category based on the last episode alone, but yeah. So that's all my thoughts on the Crunchyroll Anime Awards. I hope the voting system improves next year because I would really love to get excited for this show like I do with the Game Awards, but if the votes keep going like this, I most likely won't care too much about the results in the future. Anyway, if you watched this video, thank you so much for watching. It's very much appreciated. Until next time, goodbye.